Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the Ring-Bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the right text. Where were we? Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider Queen before the horde could reach the surface. The Spider Queen sent forth a wave of her children. Of course, the ultimate evil was fully aware of this danger and immediately prepared to defend itself against them. At least, that's what I heard. It's payday, and another wave of spiders set out. The vile perversion, once called the Spider Queen, had nothing more with which she could fight the horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh, but unfortunately, its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf. Oh well, here goes. Deep breath. Fell, and the ultimate evil had received its well-deserved revenge. But there were still many more heroes out there who deserved to bite the dust. Their time would come. Together with its Naga allies, the army of the ultimate evil stormed the Naga temple. The battle began. It wouldn't be long before Krotos was defeated. Just a few more blows and he would fall. Wait, what do you think you're doing? Come back, you coward! I mean, seeing that defeat was inevitable, Krotos opted for a strategic retreat, leaving the temple in the ultimate evil's power. Gathered evilness then burst the nearby dam, and the Alliance's camp disappeared under waves of water with a very satisfactory gurgling sound. Despite the soggy end to the Alliance, the ultimate evil was livid. It had just been robbed of a delicious revenge. But, if I may be so bold, that was yet to come. I saw it in the script. The fluffy pink unicorn radiated a soothing atmosphere all around that brought all enemies in the area under its spell and thus on its side. From now on, these formerly evil creatures would spend their time picking flowers and hugging trees. Nailed it. The Horde's bloodthirsty monsters killed the disgustingly fluffy unicorn on behalf of the ensconced evil. For the troops, this meant only one thing: horse salami. But wait, that's not all. This evil deed completely delighted the Horde and inspired it to new evil deeds. The ultimate evil was now able to get its servants to upgrade the throne room. This would give access to more fabulously diabolical things. The ultimate evil returned to its throne room at once and had it upgraded immediately. Gandaldor hit the ground. The Horde had triumphed. Quite naturally, even a demonically possessed magician was absolutely no match for the ultimate evil. Nevertheless, Gandaldor's words were significant, because he really was convinced that he was serving the one true evil. Apparently, there was competition out there. The remaining demons fled from the victorious Horde in droves via brand new demon portals that suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Where would they go? All would be revealed at a future date. At least their master had been destroyed.
This is where the dead do rest. There is no place for the living here. Meet my sword. Frostgarn is hungry.
It was obvious that negotiations were not an option here. Therefore, the powerful evil chose one of its most well-proven tactics to solve the problem. Hit it till it stops moving. Oh yes, back to the Plaguelands. Here, the undead sometimes like to have grand dances, real thrillers, so to speak. But those days were gone once the Poshlands came into existence. Payday. The Skeleton King was unable to withstand the unspeakable evil's creatures and crumbled to dust under their mighty blows like a vampire in sunlight. Just like a proper vampire does. Not one of those little twilight wuzzes. But I digress. The undead remained completely unimpressed and steadfastly refused to be controlled by the ultimate evil. Something out there was stopping them. However, without a leader, they were no longer a threat to the Horde. They just trudged about mindlessly, completely devoid of control. They were therefore useless to the ultimate evil. So the evil pushed on towards King's Ending in order to destroy the Alliance's remaining heroes there. The horde of the unstoppable evil ensured King Joffrey and his wedding party came to a sticky end. This event would later be recorded in the history books under the name Bloody Wedding. Not very pithy, I know, but at least it prevents any licensing issues. Paying no attention to this in the slightest, the unspeakable evil now turned its attentions to the main goal, King's Ending. Grumly, the Dwarven High King, lay in the dust. Once again, the insidious evil had won, and had at last completed a further step on its path of revenge. The remaining heroes entrenched and barricaded themselves into King's Ending. It was time to take the battle into the city. The elemental Magus continued moving around King's Ending and was giving the horde At last! I mean, after a tough battle, the elemental Magus fell to the ground. Her time was over. Now the demigod was all that stood between the forces of evil and success.
You think that this is the end, but in fact, it is just the beginning.
You again? Hey, if I want to hear esoteric jabbering, I'll go to a natural healer and get my diseases cured with a pendulum. Now, let's get back to the story. We've just got to the bit where you destroyed King's Ending.
Hold your position! Hold your position! Sons of King's Ending, my brothers! I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of the Alliance fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. This day we fight! By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the Alliance!
With a brilliant and plagiarized speech, the demigod Krotos roused the warriors for the final battle against evil. Here it is then, the last confrontation between good and evil, the final battle. The impressive finale that probably only 10% of all buyers actually get to see. The epic end to the story, for which several people have worked sleepless nights to complete. So, this is it. Now it was up to the creatures of the Snorting with Fury Evil to exact their final revenge. Payday. Yes! Wow, you did it! Forget about this talking to you in the third-person crap. You really did it! Incredible! I could hug you, I could kiss you, but hey, I'm just the voice in a video game. Krotos lay on the ground. The absolute evil had triumphed and wreaked its revenge. Now there was only one thing left to do. Watch the somewhat mediocre outro we managed to cobble together just before the deadline. Enjoy. With a hoarse "oh!" Krotos fell to the ground. The Horde had triumphed, and the end of the Alliance had been sealed. The ultimate evil was the sole ruler of the overworld, and its inhabitants would moan under its dictatorship. Everything was exactly as the ultimate evil had always dreamed. Well, not exactly. Out there lurked another part of itself. The chaotic evil with its flaming legion of demons. It would hardly give in without a fight. But the greatest danger, which neither yet suspected, arose in the north, on the other side of the wall.